Very good, sir. So, good afternoon to all faculty members, dear students. So, in this session, we are going to discuss a topic that is known as ethical AI for sustainable marine development. So, before going to the slide, we must have a clear picture whether it is related to engineering or general science or anything else. Actually, it is interdisciplinary. We cannot say it is only engineers will do research on this or they will learn this type of things. It is not necessarily restricted to any engineering segment. Rather, it's a combination of basic science, humanities, ethics, as well as engineering subjects. So, before going to ethical AI, how many of you have idea about artificial intelligence? AI stands for artificial intelligence. Just raise your hands because I want to know how much depth you are. Accordingly, I will cater the service. Otherwise, it will be out of stuff, right? How many of you heard about artificial intelligence? Raise up your hands. Be faster. See, deliberation means it should be interactive. Doesn't mean that I will go on saying, you will be just listening, something will be out of your mind. No, it should not. It should be interactive. We will share only 1 hour. Madam already given the deadline. So within 1 hour, I have to finish my presentation. But it should be interactive. How many of you? Be faster. Okay. So whenever we are saying about artificial intelligence, prior to that we have human intelligence. Everybody has some intelligence, yes or no? Yes. The same question I have also presented here in this particular stage. If I shall ask you 2 to the power 2, who can say what is that value? 4. 2 to the power 16? Need to calculation, pen and paper. 2 to the power 16 need pen and paper. Yes or no? Yes. So that means we have certain memory, we have certain processing capability inbuilt. We cannot extend it, but we can adopt some of the system that can interpret our perception and that can give some predictive outputs. So that is nothing else, that is known as artificial intelligence. But here we are discussing about ethical AI. What is ethical AI? That means which maintains some protocols, procedures before development and deployment of a particular thing. Right? So ethical AI for sustainable marine development. That means in this particular session we are going to basically focus on the marine domain. That means what are the benefits we are getting in marine domain, right? What are the advantages, disadvantages, and how the artificial intelligence can helpful for sustainable marine engineering or marine development. So this is our workflow. So this is a workflow. First we shall discuss about the ethical AI and blue economy. Next we will discuss the core ethical consideration of marine AI. That means whenever we are implementing the artificial intelligence in marine system, so what are the government rules, regulations we have to follow. Next one is the governance, bias and accountability. So whenever we are depending on machine, if any problem will arise, if any accident will arise, then who will be responsible? That is known as accounting part. Next we will go for discussing some of the case studies in particular marine system, then the advantages of the framework, and what are the future perspective. In future, what is going to happen with the help of cutting edge technology. The next one is summary and the tech survey. So coming to this, first we shall discuss what is ethical AI. So ethical AI refers to the principles, guidelines and practices for developing and deploying the artificial intelligence system that are fair. That means it can allow each individual to be integrated with the system. Okay, next one is transparent. Any functionality, any methodology that we are using in AI for general purpose, right, or public purpose, it should be transparent to each and everyone. The next one is accountable. Everybody has similar responsibility for the process. Next one is secure. That means In this system, that means whenever we are discussing about the AI, the background of is nothing else is data, right? So data must be secure and promote human well-being. So this is the basic features of ethical AI, and these features can be accomplished with the help of principles, guidelines, and practices. These principles, guidelines, and nothing else. These are the ethics of the system. Next, coming to the characteristics of ethical AI. So these are the 9 pillars, or simply we can say these are 9 pillars or characteristics of ethical AI. Already we have discussed what is fairness, safety, human intervention, ensure AI is sustainable and beneficial, then data privacy, accountability, reliability, and transparency. These are the basic characteristics of reliable, characteristics of ethical AI. Then coming to the differentiation between the ethical AI and the traditional AI. That means we are saying our AI is predicting whether the rain will occur today or not. Our ethical AI will predict, our traditional AI will predict what is the currency value, dollar value tomorrow, right? So that is all about predictive works. We are also using AI for that predictions. So in traditional AI, the technology enables system to perform human-like tasks, which while ethical AI is the development of applications, those AI system in a way that aligns with the human values, societal norms, ethical principles like fairness, transparency, and accountability. So these are the basic difference between the traditional AI and the ethical AI. So coming to the next slide, the next concept, that is about blue economy. So all of you know what is economy? Yes, because this is a very general concept. So what is blue economy? That is, it is related to the marine system. That means what benefit we are getting, what revenue we are collecting from the marine system, right? That is known as blue economy. So sustainable use of oceans resources for economic growth, improved livelihood, and ecosystem health. Or simply in other terms we can say blue economy is nothing else, it is the process of conserving oceans and fresh waters and use it sustainably for producing two things. Who can say what we are getting from the marine system? Food and energy. Because we are getting hydro power, that is also renewable energy, right? We are also getting food. So these are the two objectives why we are going for blue economy, because it is also one impact factor that influences the GDP. Correct? So question might be coming to your mind, what the other economy, green economy is also there. So what is that? So it is basically related to agriculture, energy consumption, and different productions related to power system. That is known as green economy. So, but we will focus on the blue economy. So this picture basically demonstrates what are the benefits, what are the advantages, disadvantages we are getting from the marine system. So we are getting the renewable energy. So it plays an important role for providing the energy system. It also generates revenue by to facilitating tourism. Then it also impacts the climate change. It also it can also give employment to different fisheries for different people can be deployed for fishing activity. Next one is also the limitation of this method is waste management, and the next one is marine transport. So it can be also used one of the important gateway through which we can do the transportation of different services. So this is the list of this. That means it supports 3 billion people. It provides 3 billion of people different type of occupations. They may be skilled, they may be semi-skilled, they may be professionals. So you could be able to segregate what is the basic difference between this. Next one is it contributes, as I told, 3 trillions per year. It increases the GDP of our country or any country, and it covers 70% of the earth. Because 30% is the land and 70% the water resources. So if you use optimally these water resources, then we can get ample opportunities for increasing the revenue or the cost or GDP. So then question will come to mind, why AI will be used for marine development, right? So in this context we are going to discuss 4 different factors. So AI can monitor, AI can predict, AI can optimize, and AI can secure. So basically we will discuss these 4 points, which is very important. First one is monitor. What thing is to be monitored? We have to monitor the ships that is used for transport. We have to monitor the aquatic plants, aquatic fishes, animals, or different type of things present in the sea. Then what type of prediction we do? That means different type of prediction related to climate change, fish population. So that we will discuss in the upcoming slide. Next one is optimize. That means what thing to optimize? Transport gateway. Optimize the traffic. Then secure. Whatever we do, whether we monitor, whether we predict or optimize, every case we have to secure our data. Right? Data privacy and security is one of the important factor in any domain. So in monitoring, AI can monitor a wide range of things in the marine environment, including marine life, species identification of different species, then behavior and the population. That is also important. Next one is pollution, oil spills, harmful algal blooms. That means oil spills means leakage of oils that can dilute the water content, which can also affect the marine life. Next one is marine habitats, mapping the coral reefs. Then maritime activity, detecting the illegal fishing, vessel tracking, that is the component that we are using for fishing purposes, and seaport system, that means predictive maintenance. That means something is going to happen in future. How can we predict earlier so that we can take a necessary decision, right? So these are the process what we can monitor through the AI system. Next one is predict. So AI can also be used for prediction of various factors in marine environment industry, including weather conditions, whether the cycle will be longer or not. So accordingly we take necessary decision for transportation, okay, or other different activities. Potential equipment failures for predictive maintenance, optimal shipping routes to save fuel and time, and the development of marine pollutions like oil slips and harmful algal blooms. So these are the different activities that we use AI for predictive purposes. And the next one is optimize. So in optimization process also we are optimizing the improved route planning, increasing the fuel efficiency. That means if we optimize the route, then automatically we can minimize the fuel. So enhancing the predictive maintenance, streamlining the port operations, and improving the cargo handling, because not a single cargo is associated with a particular port. We have many number of cargoes. So how to make a scheduling of this? How to make optimal schedule? Within this particular time they will leave, within this particular time they will enter, within this particular time they will hand over all the products. So in this particular aspect, we are improving the cargo handling and increase the safety through collision avoidance and risk management, right? Because these things are automated. No persons are deployed to control the traffic, right? So AI is basically responsible for handling all sort of things. And next one is coming to the security. So security is essential for all type of things, whether it is a marine investigation or a cargo delivery. So security can be, this AI can secure marine operations by crime prevention, port security, cargo management, along with protecting marine data, right? So these are the four different pillars how the ethical AI can improve the marine system, right? So next, coming to the objective, if we go for sustainable oceans needs responsible technology. So here I have made a comparison. If we are using AI, then these are the benefits we are getting. If we use AI, these are the negative impacts we are getting. So whenever we are comparing, because every technology has some advantages and disadvantages, right? So we have extracted a particular comparison. From this graph it shows that AI is giving ample of benefits in comparison to the negative impacts. So it is always acceptable to use marine in artificial intelligence in proper directions for the development of marine system. So sustainable development goals is a standardization, or simply we can say rules. There are 17 rules. SDG, 17 rules are there related to mines. Out of 17, we have already we have just demonstrated 3 out of them. So SDGs 14 explain how the life below water can be protected. Suppose you are doing some marine vehicles, how the marine life of the marine water can be protected, how the animals can be properly protected. So climate actions, that comes under SDG 13, and SDG 12 basically responsible consumptions. So coming to our second fold, basically core ethical consideration in marine AI. We will apply AI for different benefits in the marine system, but we have to discuss what are the core ethical considerations, right? So in this context, we are going to discuss ethics ensures AI benefit marine ecosystem and community fairly. That means the system or the technology that we will use, but that should not impact the community lifestyle, or even it should not affect any type of ecosystem. It should be in favor of the ecosystem as well as the marine community. So this is the small example what we have considered. This is the AI. We have implemented a AI system which automatically detects different type of garbage associated with the sea level or the marine system. These devices, apart from these devices, we can also install different type of, we can take also different satellite images or drone images through which we can process these captured images in the AI-based system, and we can identify what type of object is there, right? So object identification is also one of the important factor in marine system. It can be done by capturing different type of satellite system, marine system. Also we can deploy different type of sensors in the device, so that automatically it will capture different type of images, and the images will be processed in the artificial intelligence system, and that can detect what type of object it is, right? Some cases the ships are missed. That means that may be broken, that may be damaged. So how to identify the ship in a particular big area? So we can also use this type of system. So coming to the next concept, how if you are using ethical AI, how can we ensure our data is secure? So the next part we basically explain about the data privacy and security. So we have different sections, different dimensions here as well: protection of sensitive data, reduced optimized cost, so prevent cargo safety, improved risk management. So these are the different dimensions where we get different types. System can be protected properly. So coming to the core concept, background. Yes or no? Yes. So whenever you are going for a ticket counter, you have to stand in a queue. Who comes first, they will get service first. Yes or no? So the algorithm background is known as fast come, fast come. So similarly, whenever we are asking about AI, that means background of it is a algorithm. So algorithm does not give 100% accuracy, right? We can expect that. For example, suppose you have your expectation is 80, but you will get 70. So 10 is the error factor. Yes or no? That may be your misconception, or that may be the incorrect evaluation. Either of these two, right? Similarly, whenever we are going for the algorithm basis, that means AI will not predict 100% in each cases, right? So how to measure the efficiency of AI, that whether it is working properly? So for that we have to go for unfair decisions can cause harm to coastal communities and ecosystem. If you have not properly deployed the AI system, then that can create problem for marine life. So algorithmic basis, basically what we do under represented training samples. That means suppose in order to identify a particular object in a marine system, we capture different type of images through different system. Either it may be GPS system, it may be satellite system, or it may be from drone, or it may be different sensors different with different devices. So whenever they are capturing different type of images from underwater, right, that may be contaminated by different type of noises. So whenever they contaminated by the different type of noises, we have to take necessary steps. That means we have to filter the noises in order to get the actual image. So after getting the actual image, we can process it for AI training process. After training process, whenever we will give the similar type of data, then it can able to predict correctly. If we not filter the captured data and we will process it, that means AI will be trained. It will not be trained properly. So if it not be trained properly, that means it will get incorrect output or incorrect predictions. So the first one is, this occurs when the data used to train the AI model lacks sufficient representation of certain groups, causing model performance poorly or unfairly of these populations. Population means simply just imagine the sample data that we have given. We may have trained the model with thousands of images of marine underwater system, right? The next one is mislabeling outcomes. That refers to the error, inconsistency, the subject adjustment during the process of assigning the label data, and the leading of AI model to learn incorrect association. That means whenever we are capturing the image, there may be some, suppose a storm will occur or big lightning will occur. That means that at that time the image quality will be degraded. Or the capturing device is also quite old, so that may not capture proper image. So next one is biased parameters. So whenever we are training an algorithm, we use different parameters. So parameters also impact for giving wrong predictions. So these are the different problems associated with the algorithmic bias. So whenever we are discussing about the AI system, it is actually a black box. We cannot see what is exactly happening inside of it. We are giving the input and we have defined certain algorithms, it trains and it gives some output. But actual thing is like this. So I think it is quite complex. I have just elaborated because it is not just a layman view. So if you want to learn this, then it's quite complex. So those who are using the AI for different purposes, all of them are not computer trained. So handling AI for transparency is quite difficult. So these are the environmental impact. I have extracted some of the journals. In Germany, Central United States and Australia, what are the impact? AI systems consumes significant energy and necessitating a shift towards green AI. As it is consuming more energy, then we are gradually transferring to green AI. That means how we will reduce the energy consumption. Then coming to the next segment, AI has certain advantages. It has also limitations. So how can we create a mapping between the profit and the planet? We have to save the planet, as well we have to increase the profit, right? So in order to make a balance, ethical AI must serve both economy as well as the environment. We have to save the environment without affecting, we have to increase the economy without affecting the environment. So it is quite challenging, right? So let us discuss the next four, cultural sensitivity and inclusions. So in this section we are going to discuss basically the governance, bias and accountability. If we are going to implement the AI, we learn the advantages, disadvantages. So what are the government policies? What are the biasing factors? And who will be responsible? If some wrong decision will be held by the AI system, who will be responsible? So coming to this part, basically this is the starting model. Whatever problem we go to solve in real life, we usually go under this 5 to 6 stages. First one is we have to assessment. That means whenever we are given the problem, we first find out whether it is feasible or not. Yes or no? So after feasibility, this that is the assessment process. Once we got a feasible task, then different programmers or different developers give different solutions. Out of different solutions, we choose which is the optimal one. Optimal one means best one, right? So after assessment, we go for designing process. We design the model. After designing the model, we go for development. At the time of development, we may encounter different type of errors. At the meantime, also we can test with the group of professionals to get some feedback in order to improve the system. After that, we go for final deployment. Then we go for monitoring and transparency. After deployment, we go for monitoring whether the system is working properly or not, whether it is transparently working. That means, suppose I have developed a AI-based ATM system, right? The farmers, they do not know anything about AI, even a computer. So they should be able to operate. Suppose they want to withdraw some cash, we must have a provision. Illiterate people can also be able to use this one, right? So that is known as transparency. That means they will not be explained with different type of technology behind it. Rather than they will be given some interfaces through which they will operate, right? So coming to the next part, so these are the different governance frameworks. So how to further regulations from organization to process, then culture and communication, data and technology, risk and quality, and strategy and business design. So these are the basic process of ethics or governance policies that we have to follow whenever we are deploying any type of technology with respect to a public domain, right? Next, algorithmic accountability. Whenever we are saying we will apply the artificial intelligence, then who will be responsible? Everybody will say that machine has given the output, accordingly it operates. So we don't have any responsibility. No. Actually, machine, whatever instruction we will give, machine accordingly it will operate. So you can see that user is here. It is the main part of the system or the flow chart. So user and those affected by machine learning systems. It is the institutions which you can consider institution. Under institution we have different organizations, and here they have different practitioners, and we have the machine learning model. fisheries. So first application or the first case study is AI in marine pollution detection. How to identify how polluted this particular marine is. So for that, identified a big catch, setting of plastic litters targeted made from plastic bag and bottle. That means it has constant in a particular specific area, which is physically difficult to identify. But through satellite images, we could be able to identify this type of problem. Problems that is going to be happening in the marine life. So we can capture this type of images through satellite or the drone. Similarly, you can see the satellite images. That means whenever we are processing, we are getting these are the plastics which is present in the particular location. So identify a solid field inside the sea. So that is basically that is being researched or developed by European Space Agency. They use deep learning. Deep learning is a machine learning technique. They use deep learning and Sentinel-2 data for robots under cloud and edge, improve the plastic detection over the coastal waters. So the same process, the explanation of this previous slide is like this. After accessing the data, they have processed, they have used different machine learning methodologies, and they are making the classification of different type of images captured by different type of sensors or satellites. And these are the graphical representation of from the research. Analysis of confusion detection in the atmospheric correlation, bottom of atmospheric and non-correlation between atmospheric sentinel emerge in the domain cell. Right? So these are the figures that we have extracted from research. That means research is going on marine engineering or marine system, how to make it more sustainable. So this is the research paper where we have extracted. The company using AI to detect sea pollution from satellite images. So from the satellite images we can also identify whether the sea water is polluted or not, whether it is being contaminated by different type of oils or different type of oxides. Clear? So it also be used for sustainable fisheries, right? So AI predict, this is predict, it can be read as predict. AI predict and support sustainable fisheries by enabling predictive analytics for setting sustainable fishing quotas. That how many, that means which person is assigned with how much quota for fishing. So who is responsible for measuring this parameter? So that is known as fishing quota. Improving fishing vessel efficiency. How to increase the vehicle capacity for consumption. Next one is reducing bycatch. Bycatch means whenever human is intervening in the marine water, it can damage different marine plants. So how, whenever fishing operation is going on, it should not affect other marine, right? So that is known as reducing the bycatch and enhancing precision in aquatic through automatic monitoring and feeding subsystems, fish population and supporting quotas, reducing overfishing risk. That means no one is allowed to overfishing, go for overfishing. That means it should exceed the quota. So who is responsible for monitoring all sort of things? So it is practically difficult for you to do. So AI, if we are enabling AI system, then it can be properly managed. Next one is scope and need. So AI for monitoring fish populations, where the population is dense, where the population is sparse. So we can also go directly to that particular spot for fishing purposes. So which can also optimize the vessel cost. Yes or no? So through AI monitoring fish populations and assisting quota decisions, support enforcement and sustainability. Enforcement means someone has suppose come acquire that particular area where it has identified the population. So how the enforcement can be evaluated, right? So scope and need in this particular process, the illegal fishing detection. So in order to identify the illegal fishing detection, we can also use AI, because it's not a small area where we can deploy different personnel for detecting the unethical access. Clear? So AI also helpful for identifying the illegal fishing detections. Automated survey and AI in fish population estimates. So AI help process visual data from drones, sonar and smart nets and improve accuracy and speed of the population estimates. That means automatically it can identify what is the population of the particular species in the conservation of marine products as well as freshwater for benefit, for optimal use of in terms of energy and food. So from this diagram you can able to understand these are the challenges which can be overcome by the AI system. So here you see this healthy corals. So healthy corals, aquatic animals life is safe. If it is bleached coral, that means it is contaminated by different type of oxidants, right? Chemicals. How to classify this between these three categories, right? So we must have that type of system which can able to, after capturing the image, we can able to classify properly, right? So actually this is the gist I have explained, but how actually it is being done in the system. This is the representation. That means different type of images or video captured by different sensing devices inside the marine. What is the full form of yellow model? Anybody of you? Anybody of you? Okay. So we will not go for this. Just from our concept, we are using different machine learning models for predicting different type of or classifying different type of reef, right? So this is the graphical representation. That means it's a actually so it's research topic. where the artificial intelligence or machine learning methods are usually used for marine technology. So we are also using for long-term monitoring system. Then coming to the last one is AI and climate change modeling. So AI enhances ocean climate simulations used for predictive rising sea levels and warming the acidifications. So important underscore, AI enhances modeling of sea level rise, temperature and acidification. So how much temperature is there? What is the sea level? How much the sea water or fresh water is contaminated by acid? It can be also calculated by artificial based model system, right? So it is a integrated monitoring system. So integrated means where we have combined satellite, sensors, historical data and predictive modeling. So predictive modeling means it's a technique which basically analyze the current data, it predict for the future. That means what is the situation going to after 10 years. So AI is basically also giving that type of decision, that is known as predictive modeling. So analysis of a current data or current state is not a big factor. But whenever we are predicting for 10 years, if this type of pollution will be there, then what is the situation of our marine system, ecosystem in 2035? So whenever we are trying to develop a model for that type of system, that is quite challenging. So in this system we have deployed different type of, here we have integrated sensors, also we have integrated plastics are contaminated with the marine water. So you might have heard about this because nowadays we are also acquainted with some of the literature where we are getting micro plastics are also detected in the blood sample. Correct. So these are also another aspect of AI which can be helpful for detecting of microplastics. Then coming to the last segment, advanced framework and future directions. So in this particular section we are going to discuss what are the next. Because already we have discussed how to identify fisheries, how to implement AI for fishery purposes, transportation purposes, pollution purposes, for algae, for different type of protection of oils, contamination, pollution, everything. So what next we can do apart from the AI and ML? So emerging AI framework for marine sustainability. So emerging AI, so ethical AI framework applied for ocean monitoring and climate resilience. Hybrid approaches combine machine learning, IoT and blockchain, which can be deployed for enhancing the efficiency of the system. Because we are saying that we will protect the marine data by using different cryptographic algorithms, right? But how long it will be sustainable? That is also a question. So we can use the blockchain technology so that, and we can also use IoT, because most of the diagram I have shown you satellite images, drone images, and few of the devices that is integrated with sensors. But apart from this, it will deploy different IoT devices in different places covering the ocean, and the devices will collect the real-time data. Whether it may be a pictorial data, it may be a sensing data, or it may be a video data, and that can be processed by our model, which is adaptable for accepting different type of formats, and that can give the proper decision. So next one is example, digital twin oceans. So here is the common example, digital twin. So digital twin is nothing else. It is the bridging between the ocean and the AI. It is the creating a bridge between the ocean and AI. We have this technology, we have this domain. So how to create a bridge so that we will get benefit or profit. Means whatever I have shown you, this is our perception. This is our perception. So if you go for using this for enhancing the marine system, then what are the challenges? This is very challenging.